I have to tell you about my favorite historical fiction that I have read this year. It was published in 2024. The setting is in the 1800s. Percival Everett wrote this in a very simple language, easy to follow, but yet it is full of depth and it is impactful. It takes skill to be able to articulate and deliver a message with impact and then do it in a way where everybody can understand. At The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is one of Mark Twain's classics from the 1800s. That book was written from the point of view of Huck, who was the young white adolescent male. James is written from Jim's point of view. Jim was the simple-minded, superstitious slave that was friends with Huck. This book is not a rewrite, and it is not a retelling of Huckleberry Finn. This is James reclaiming and writing his own story. He is no longer allowing anyone outside of him to tell him who he is. He's telling us who he is. He's human. He is in tune with the world around him. He is intelligent. He has emotions. He's passionate. The dude want to be free. Don't we all want to be free? This book, masterfully written, it reflects the internal journey of self-discovery, of liberation from these psychological chains that have kept him silent all these years. This book is a reckoning. It reflects what is still happening today, the challenge of the intelligent Black man in mainstream society. He is not only running from his slavers, but he is running almost like he's running toward himself, because like the further he gets away from them, the more he gets to experience who he is, because he has more freedom to express himself and be true to himself without the fear of death, reprisal, and punishment. Although, while he's on this run, he does still have to deal with somebody always trying to take control of him. And I think that's what makes this book so adventurous. Not to James, but for us, we get to see him go through scene to scene to scene, challenge after challenge after challenge, where he has to tap into his intelligence. Well, not even tap into it, because he is intelligent. We get to see him intelligently acknowledge who he is and then strategize with it and ultimately free himself, his family, and the slaves around him. I wanted to address some of the reviews that I was reading. There are some women who are unhappy with the fact that this book does not explore the female characters more. We don't hear their thoughts. We don't hear their voice. They're kind of just in the book. I just want to remind everybody that this book is not about the woman's voice. I'm all about woman empowerment. Don't get me wrong. But James is about the intelligent Black man. In particular, there is a tough scene that takes place with a slave named Katie. She comes into the book. We barely get to know who she is. Her introduction to the book is a very traumatic event. And although it seems like this scene is about Katie, it isn't. Let's look at Jim, who is also in this room with Katie, but he has to hide in the corner and witness her go through this horrific event, because if he were to say something or try to protect her, he would die, Katie would die, Katie's husband will die. A lot of people would die on the plantation, basically. Not only is he already angry because he cannot be who he wants to be in life, like all the things have to be like suppressed, right? As a man, a natural man who instinctively wants to protect a woman and help a woman out, whether he knows what she looks like, whether we hear her voice or hear her thoughts or see her face, men just like to instinctively help. He can't even be his natural self in this situation. Just imagine how much anger he has to feel in this situation alone. And I believe that is the reason why that scene is in the book. Percival Everett has a point in this book. It's not about the woman's voice. This book is about the intelligent Black man and the things that he has to face to this day in order to be true to himself. without the fear of retaliation, reprisal, or death. So this was a fantastic read. Fantastic. I went and I'm reading Trees. Well, not really. I got like halfway and then I got distracted, but it is good. It's a crime detective mystery type of story. I just wanted to give him a shot. And then I got another book from him. I think it's called Erasure. I like Percival Everett. I like him as an author. I loved this book. This is a classic. Oh, look, somebody even said it on the back. Genius. I called him a genius too. The way he delivered this message, and I read some of the reviews. First of all, most of the reviews are really good. This book rated very high. Somebody said it was like reading, it was an 8th grade assignment. First, let me stop because we are all entitled to our opinion. It's just interesting how one person can see gold and diamonds and another person see junk. But that's life. We all have different perspectives. We all have different experiences. That is just life. Just know that, yes, it's written very simply for everybody to understand, but there is a very true to life, deep message in this book. And that is why this is my number one historical fiction.